afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, whatever time of day you are watching this. Thank you guys for joining us for another amazing episode of Epic Experiences as we highlight what is happening here at the Epic for the month of September. As always, not too much longer. I am your athletic and event coordinator, JJ Jefferson, and today we're going to dig into the month of September. The first thing that I want to talk about, if you guys will look at the screen with me, we have our Parents' Night Out for the month of September happening in the Youth Programs Department. This month on September 20th, it is all about Harry Potter Night. That's right. Bring back the magic is the theme for this month's Parents' Night Out. There are still spots available, so this one has not sold out yet. So if you're interested, go to our website, jointheepic.com, and look up the Parents' Night Out under the Youth Programs tab. Also happening in the aquatics division this month, we have put a pause on the sensory-friendly swim night. However, they will be making their comeback in the month of October, and that will be on October 25th. So stay tuned as we bring back the exclusive night for our individuals and families with special needs and abilities, as the sensory-friendly swim night will come back October 25th. Now, this one is a big one, so I had to bring in some backup to help me as we get ready to talk about fitness. And joining me to my left in the studio, we have our amazing fitness team. First, we have our fitness supervisor, Mr. Robert Cerna, who's been with us since the doors opened.
Correct, yes.
And we have the fitness coordinator, Ms. Nadia Hanna, joining us as well.
Hello.
So I would talk about fitness, but with you guys being here, I'll kind of let you tell the people what's happening for the month of September or just what's going on in the world of fitness.
Sure. Well, again, thanks for having us on. This is our first crack at the podcast studio, so we appreciate again having us, and we certainly hope we can live up to the expectations. But as far as what has happened in fitness, one of the biggest things to happen to us here at the facility, as well as my career, is we had Team Proven, along with the now 7 times over fittest woman in the world, Tia Claire Toomey, as well as her Proven team, which included Jay Crouch, Kara Milligan, Luka Jukic, Maddie Sturt, Kaylin Souza, Caroline Stanley, Bailey Martin, Chloe Galvin David, and Peter Ellis, as well as quite a few drop-ins from CrossFit Walleye Orca, Laura Horvath, Gabriella Magala, and Team Levi. So if you're not familiar with all those names, these are basically the fittest people in the world.
Nice.
Who are coming for the 2024 CrossFit Games that they held in Fort Worth. Very interesting games this year, very memorable for good and bad reasons. Unfortunately, we did lose an athlete. It's the first time that's ever happened in the games before. So very, very sad, and something that we hope to never have it happen again, of course. But beyond that, they continue to have the games. Very exciting for us and our team and our members who got to go out there and enjoy it, and taking that whole experience as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Any addition to the CrossFit Games? How did you enjoy it?
Well, not as much as I was expecting to, just because the tragic events unfolded on day one, so that really put a damper on the rest of the weekend. We weren't even sure if it would continue. Mm-hmm. It did, but there was still an air of sadness and all of that. So anytime that you did want to celebrate a win or anything that was happening, that was immediately followed by some sadness, some dark clouds,
you kind of felt like, oh, this is great, this is enjoyable, but almost a sense of guilt. Like, should I be having fun? Is it okay to smile or laugh or clap or whatever the case was? Again, it being such an unusual experience, because the game's been going on for, I don't know how long it's been now, 15 plus years, something along those lines. I got into it about 10 years ago, and it was the games that kind of drew me in initially. And but then, when you find a box, which is what they call a CrossFit gym, we are a CrossFit affiliate, official affiliate, And then you get wrapped up on what's going, there.
Right.
You kind of are no longer more about the professional aspect of it, because most of us aren't ever going to get there. Not that that's a bad thing. The thing is, we're going to improve our individual fitness at a box. We're going to be there to be cheerleaders for other people in the boxes that are to the left of us, to the right of us. We're unique in that we're the affiliate owners, and we get to manage it, and we get to see all the different classes, and cheer on our athletes. And like I said, many of them joined us, so it was a great experience in bringing everybody together. But the rest of the year, it's us, right, and we're enjoying that time together. We're hitting new personal records, and we're trying things that we haven't done before. And I like to call them party tricks, because I seriously will be at a party and I'll be like, look what I can do, and it's really cool. And I like that others are getting to do that just the same. And the Epic is such a big place, even from the amount of members that we have to the amount of team members that we have. And we have a lot of team members who've joined us. They see day in and day out our progress. They hear the stories. They see the members changing, and it's something that they want to do as well. So if you see our team members in there, nobody forced them to be there. They want to be a part of it as well, and that's been really, really exciting for us. And getting to watch their journey, and heck, many of them are even bringing in their young family members and coworkers and spouses. So that's what it really is. I think that the cliche is that it's it's a family, it's a community. Yeah, it really is. I brought my daughter in today, and I've had her come in a handful of workouts, and it's something that we get to enjoy together. And that's huge, right? Yeah, getting to see people that you care about day in and day out doing these things with you, and that's what the community really is all about. And along with some fun stuff along the way, which is what we're going to talk about with leading into September and the later half of the year. And I'm going to turn it over to Nydia, and let's talk about group fitness and the changes we got there.
So for Group Fit, we are switching over one of Coach Henry's classes. He was offering a dance step class. We did finally get a Zumba instructor that's come in, and she's teaching 5 days a week. And so we've had requests for more HIIT, some more strength classes. So Coach Henry has volunteered to switch his dance step over to HIIT. So now that'll be offered Tuesdays and Thursday evenings.
Nice.
We may look into adding a little bit more in October, but we're going to see how September goes. And then we also have Daisy coming back. She used to be full-time with us, and she left to have her son. And so she's slowly making her way back, came back with her glute camp classes on Fridays, and now she's adding abs and arms on Mondays. So start the week with your upper body and finish the week with your lower body with her. And that's going to be Mondays at 9:30, and then she's also here Fridays at 9:30 as well. And then that kind of covers it for the changes in Group Fit. Right. And then do we want to talk about
So October. We have an event coming up. That is the Dry Try. We refer to it as Triple Threat. So this year we got a bunch of rowers. Ski ergs. So that's going to take place of a movement that we had last year. So it'll be ski erg followed by the bike erg, or the assault bike.
The Echo bike.
Echo bike, yeah, that's
Echo.
right. Yeah, so we've used assault bike is a thing as well. They're very, very similar. The Echo bike is through another manufacturer called Rogue, and for your benefit, it's a little bit harder. Yeah, everybody's favorite, of course. And then we'll finish that off with a 5K run on the assault treadmill. Bringing that up in September because we're encouraging you to sign up. It is free. We're fortunate that we get to be in a city and a facility that is putting people's fitness and fun and together and family and community ahead of charging these crazy prices for a lot of events. Nothing, I understand a lot of other places they've got to, charge for their business, and it's what keeps them up and running. It's our city that supports us, and they want these great things for their community. It's an amenity that the city offers. So take full advantage of that. Don't wait around. Get involved. There's lots of different ways to scale things. Even if you don't hit the mark, if you started this year, you're better off now than if you wait next year, right? Or put it off, for however long, right? Let that start now. let's work towards these events and towards these things. And really, that's the main thing. We want you to come out. It's a playground for us, guys. We want you to come out and play with us, and do the things that youthful people do, and it will present itself in your physical health and well-being and longevity, as it does with the youth, right? No matter what your age is or current fitness level. So that's why we do these things, guys. It's fun for us. It's fun to get to have them and see you guys through them. But man, when you hit that finish line, and you get that feeling of accomplishment, and you got all your family members and friends and coworkers and spouses, and everybody's clapping for you and everything. I mean, it's a great thing. That's why I do it myself. So I encourage you to come out. The event actually happens on
October 11th, I believe.
October 11th.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night.
It's a Friday night. Yeah, we've moved most of our events to Friday nights. It just makes more sense for us, and I think more people are able to come, not having to set aside an entire Saturday. It was really cool last year because we had some people sign up that just assumed they were not going to finish. And I was like, you know what, that's fine. Just get time capped. But I didn't tell them there was no time cap. So they were really, really excited that they actually were able to finish, because they just assumed they would stop before they got to the 5K run, or they wouldn't run very far into the 5K. But everyone who started the event last year finished the event. So
yeah, and those people, I know who she's talking about. They've been working out with us ever since. So it's literally been a year of putting money into their fitness account, and this is where it gets paid off. We get to see what sort of return they've gotten from their investment. So I imagine, and we do have a time cap this year.
There's a time cap, but I think they're very much looking forward to doing it again this year.
That's right,
because now they're confident in their abilities. So
they're going to hit under the time cap.
Hey, no, that is all super exciting news happening in the fitness world. And it's funny, one of the things that stood out, and we've talked about this before, it's just the staff for the CrossFit Games. That was like the Super Bowl for you guys.
Yeah,
on my end with the pro wrestling shows that I get to put on here, it's like, Roman Reigns might be here, Dean Ambrose might be, John Moxley. These AEW, these TNA guys are coming in, but for you guys, seeing those athletes and those superstars of the CrossFit Games, that was literally like I saw smiles all week
so
for you guys.
Starstruck.
We did our best to play cool.
I think I did okay. I didn't throw up.
We did okay, yeah. We did way better than I anticipated. We set up barriers and we set up times, we made sure the athletes were comfortable. So we want to project that, right? So anytime that we have, celebrity of whatever the world is, be it wrestling or, fitness or whatever, we're professional, we're going to keep our athletes safe. We're going to keep our members and guests, everybody safe. But at the same time, we were totally fangirling it, and and they were so nice to take the time and sign things with us and hang out with us. It was really weird. It was almost like they were real people.
You would think that even though your fitness is your kick, that they're just they're a bodybuilder, they don't have a heart or they don't care. No, like they're actual people, just like anybody. They are actual people,
and they let us know. Many of them let us know that they were just kids, athletes sitting in the stands at one point, hoping to be some of the people that they're competing with now. So, work hard. It does pay off. Dreams do come true. All of that good stuff. That's what I tell myself. I'm going to make the games next year or whatever the case is. But, shoot for the stars, land on the moon, and we're going to work towards it,
No, that's definitely exciting, and it's one of the highlights of our fitness team. So thank you guys for taking the time out to join in on this episode and kind of highlight fitness. I will piggyback on what they touched on for the Dry Try Triple Threat Friday, October 11th, because we always have this weird dynamic where we plan the Dry Try and then we've got the pro wrestling show. So get your tickets for the Dry Try, and then also grab your tickets for Epic Over Texas. That's Saturday, October 12th. And before we kind of jump into the fine arts and what's happening in their world, do you guys have any final thoughts, any final things you want to say to the people watching?
Yeah, last thing would be that if you haven't seen CrossFit out on the court over the last couple of weeks, that is because we're having the courts, and I'm sure it's been mentioned before, the courts are getting redone. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be beautiful. But we had to get our equipment off in order to, facilitate that actually happens. So we're currently in the warehouse. We will make our triumphant return hopefully by the end of this month. I imagine that's the case. There's always plans A, B, C, and D,
Right.
and we're ready for anything that comes our way. But we're super excited. We're going to have some improvements. So if you've been sitting on joining us at any point, today is always the best day, but we'll take you tomorrow as well.
I absolutely love it. Thank you guys for taking the time to join. And just to touch on what Robert mentioned, and that's on our athletic and events tab here as well, our pickleball programming and our CrossFit surface that was on the multi-purpose court is currently down right now. It is going to be down, fingers crossed, until September 20th. We are aiming to get that up and have a brand new floor, brand new court. It's going to feel a lot nicer. It's going to look a lot nicer than what we had previously. And like Robert mentioned, CrossFit will be returning to the court as well, even though they're currently in the warehouse. And from what I've seen, you guys are still rocking and rolling up there in the warehouse. So thank y'all for everything that you do for our fitness and for the facility.
Thank you, JJ.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you guys. And then jumping down to the last little segment we have, and that is to touch on everything happening in the fine arts department for the month of September. You can see in the entertainment with our collaboration with Create Epic, they have the poetry open mic night, La Pena Songwriters Night, and the next Vibrant Rhythms Talent Search. Those dates are listed, so feel free to go grab your tickets, register, come and join Create Epic. From what I've seen, I haven't been to an event myself yet, but the images that I've seen, the feedback that I've heard throughout the facility, it is a unique and entertaining night out. Whether you are into open mic night, whether you're into songwriters night, and this is not just for our local artists in the area. We've actually had some artists all across the DFW Metroplex come out and be a part of these. So come out and support them in the entertainment division. Next, in the visual arts, our fine arts team has the Kid Create Studio going on. That is going to be every Monday this month of September, and the return of the crowd favorite Pokemon Palooza. By popular demand, Pokemon's coming back in the Kid Create Studio. There might be a little bit of an anime twist in there, but it is going to be a good time for all that are into the arts and drawing. Youth classes, it is only $52 for the entire month, so go ahead and register and reserve your spots. Wiggle Wednesdays is always every Wednesday in our fine arts department as well for the adaptive and inclusive students with sensory needs, sensory playtime, led by our fine arts team. And last but not least, in the culinary division, we have some various dates and times that you can check out on the website for the Tailgate Treat Series. And then we also have the Guest Chef Demo, which is going to be a pasta workshop with Chef Clayton that is happening on September the 7th. So go check all of that out. You can find out more about what's happening at the Epic on our website, jointheepic.com. You can always check out a virtual tour if you've never been in the facility before, but you've always wanted to see what's going on. Feel free to check out the virtual tour. Even though if you come see us in person, you can get a an actual in-person tour where one of our amazing staff will take you around the facility, answer your questions, show you some highlights, and you get to see a little bit of everything happening all under one roof. So thank you for everyone that took the time out to watch September's highlight for Epic Experiences. Thank you again to our fitness team for joining me today. And until next time, we'll see you next month.